Hi everyone, Jon.Kozesky here with the Chamber of Commerce, your small business advocate. Being that it's Lupus Awareness Month, I thought it'd be fun if we did a little distance socializing with one of our chamber members, the Lupus Foundation. So here to help us with that is Leslie Tierney. How are you, Leslie?
Good, John. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for joining us. So most importantly, you and your family, everyone's home and healthy?
Yeah, thank you for asking. We've all been following precautions and definitely practicing social distancing. Thankfully, everyone's healthy and safe.
Fantastic, that's what we like to hear. So Leslie, tell us a little bit about the Lupus Foundation and what you do in our community.
Yeah, so actually, the Lupus Foundation Greater Ohio chapter has been in the Brecksville community for almost 30 years. Our mission is to support lupus patients and their families to live well with a chronic illness. And we do this by providing supporting programs of education, research, and advocacy. So I am the Vice President of Operations and the Patient Navigator for our chapter. And so I help patients get well educated, find the resources that they need. And, we work a lot with one-on-one with patients in the community.
That's fantastic. One of the people most important to me, my grandmother lived her life with lupus, and so I know it all too well, but also I know how important it is what you do. So thank you on behalf of my family alone. But well, Leslie, we are certainly living in a different world now. All of our organizations have been affected by recent events, and certainly the Lupus Foundation is no different. So could you tell us a little bit about how your business has changed and how you're responding to all this?
Yeah, like everyone, it's uncertain times. And as you mentioned, it is Lupus Awareness Month. And unfortunately, the biggest impact, it's been a big impact on us. A lot of our major fundraising events and programs have been postponed. But the office is working from home to figure out new solutions on how to bring better web-based programming. So actually, we're hosting a live summit. It's typically an annual Lupus Summit, but this year it will be virtually. So actually on May 16th, we will be gathering on a web-based forum. Typically, it's an education program that gathers over 100 lupus patients and their families. But, we need to continue to follow the state recommendations and keep everyone's health, safety precautions in measure, right? So our awareness month and educational meetings will all be online.
That's fantastic and very impressive that you've been able to adapt in such a short period of time.
Right, yeah, thanks.
That's fantastic. Leslie, speaking of COVID-19 and all this, are there precautions and things that lupus patients need to be keeping in mind during this time as well?
Well, yeah, I'm happy you mentioned that. Lupus patients have compromised immune systems, so we just want to take additional precautions. The same for everyone, right? Masking when going out, hand washing, hand hygiene, and social distancing is so important. Stay at home when we can, but basically the same precautions. Patients do have to be more mindful because it can impact them more severely and more quickly, so they're more susceptible to it. But what we're seeing here is lupus patients are faring well. We put a poll out there to check on our members and constituents just to make sure. And, no one's really come back to say that they're suffering from COVID. So that's a good thing. But again, take precautions because you just don't know what will happen.
Well, and keeping in mind, too, that that's a two-way street. The people with lupus, have to wear their masks to be safe, but also I have to be careful as well and wear my mask so that my grandmother doesn't get it from me. So it really is a whole community effort to make this work.
Exactly. Yes, for sure.
Fantastic. Leslie, now for our viewers at home that are watching, is there any advice or perhaps recommendations you would like to share?
Yeah, there are great resource tools on the chapter website. We've actually taken a step back to take time to reevaluate what's important. And for lupus patients and the community specifically, we've put important facts and resources right on the front page to the website. So this link will provide tools for patients and people out there, like financial tools, information on medication, information on health insurance. And we feel that we've developed a really great tool to just give the community hope and face everything with facts and not fear.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's a great tool to share with everyone.
Fantastic. Well, Leslie, I'm so excited to have this conversation today, and I'm so glad we could bring the Lupus Foundation to the forefront of our chamber community. But before we go, we're starting to make our way out of quarantine now, but we've spent weeks at home. Have you found yourself becoming a yoga master or a champion at origami or anything else?
That's so funny. I've always loved doing yoga, but actually I'm a new mom. So that's been my hobby, my challenge right now. And for fun, I started to do a vegetable victory garden. So hopefully that will come to fruition here when it starts warming up.
Well, congratulations. I had absolutely no idea, but that is wonderful news.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, Leslie Tierney of the Lupus Foundation, thank you for joining us today. We have Leslie's information right here on the screen if you want to take part in any of those awesome upcoming events that she mentioned, or if you want to make a donation to their foundation. Certainly we didn't talk on that today, but that is always appreciated and certainly necessary in the nonprofit community. So, well, that's all the time we have for today. My apologies to Bruce Springsteen that we couldn't get to his video. Certainly click on the next video, as I'm sure we'll get to it. In the meantime, keep home, keep healthy, keep shopping local.